Hi everyone, Cendril here, along with Finn.
Hello everybody, Nice Scholar, aka Pin Feather Dragon here.
Bundle up, it's going to snow tomorrow. Spirits are in good humor today.
Yay.
Let's see. Well, oh, it's finished.
Ooh. Oh, all the kegs.
Oh, that's sweet.
That comes with the kegs, that's nice. So now you
Okay.
can put cheese and wine down there and age them.
Yeah, that's how this works, everybody. This was in the, one of the newest, what was it, 1.1 or?
I think
I
the,
don't
the
remember
latest
what it's called.
update.
The latest update. Added to where you can get the cellar, and you can put wine in it and make aged wine. And you can do the same with cheese. I don't think I have any, because I always sell the wine.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have any spare. So when the next one comes up, we'll do that.
I don't see any off the bat, but in the reference from what someone commented on the last one, I don't know if Madagascar shut down, but maybe South America.
Oh no, it's definitely Madagascar. Yes. Who is that? Sailor Shadow, I believe.
Sailor Shadow, yeah.
Thank you very much for the comment. And I definitely got the reference.
Oh,
And it
definitely
is,
got the
It
reference.
is, I got a huge laugh out of it, so thank you very much for that one.
I assure you it's just a cough. I'm not sick. And sadly, there are no questions.
Okay, so I got something to talk about, because, if you've not watched, and you're going to watch my Millennium series playthrough, I will see you next episode, probably. Because I'm going to talk about it here. Just because Finn finished watching it. Well, almost.
Spoiler warning.
Yeah.
So, spoiler warning.
Yeah,
If you're
so
going to go watch the Millennium series at all, if it interests you even in the slightest, we'll see you next time.
Yeah. I'm basically going to talk about it because you haven't watched the final episode yet, right?
Correct.
Okay, she's about to watch the final episode. But we wanted to record starting. So she'll see how it all ends. But we were talking about it before the episode, and because there's no questions, I am going to talk a little bit about the Millennium series. So those of you that don't know what the Millennium series is, it's made by Alderley Games, ALDOREA, or I spell that right?
I can check real quick.
Anyway, well, she'll look up the spelling. I'll get it right. I apologize for getting it wrong. I recorded it a while ago.
Here's the spelling. ALDORLEA.
Okay, not R, L.
Yeah.
Alderley Games.
Yeah.
Yay, boy chicken.
Woo.
So, they make indie games, indie RPGs, and they're, I don't know if it's their biggest series, but it is like their longest series is Millennium. It's 5 games long. Each game, let's see, about 20 hours.
Ish.
20 hours ish. With the last game being longer. So, if you feel like checking those out, check those out, and we'll see you next time. I played the entire series, so it's completely done. Like I said, this is an older project.
And he even has it all linked up in one big playlist.
I do have it all in one big playlist. I did that for people. So, if that interests you at all, you can check it out. The whole playlist ends up being, because it's 5 games long, ends up being 110 something episodes. I think
You
maybe
stuck around this long with Stardew, you can certainly do that.
that's true. The main character is a girl named Marine, and now we'll get into spoilers. So if it interests you at all, go check it out. It is a really lengthy
RPG.
playlist, an RPG, just because it's 5 games long, even though each game is pretty short, like I said, roughly about 20 hours. But the entire doing the 5 games took quite a while.
Yeah.
Elderly Games has a whole bunch of other RPGs that I've not played. I've just played the Millennium series. So. Okay, now spoilers. So, see you next time.
Bye.
Now, some of you may have watched the Millennium series, so you kind of know somewhat of what I'm going to say. But
Or
it's
maybe you
interesting,
played it.
or maybe you played it yourself, which I know a few of you have.
Anyway.
Overall, it was a good experience. I enjoyed the Millennium series. So overall, it was fun. But it wasn't great. And the reason it wasn't great is because not all the games were great. So I think my favorite was probably 2. Take Me Higher.
Is that the one where you got Jezebel?
Yes.
Oh, the giant spider. Yeah, those 2.
In the giant spider. I just really enjoyed that entire thing. It had ups and downs. It had a gripping story. The NPCs in it were neat. There was just a lot that I enjoyed about that one. That was probably my favorite. Which, in a way, is sad because, so, like, to me, the game peaked early. Because after that, it was kind of hit or miss. Like, and that's just me. And the last game, to me, was the worst one. Which is terrible.
I can actually agree to that.
Because it's the ending.
It's a finale.
It's the finale, and I did quite a bit with it. Just need you. Just stalling for
needed
time
to
walking
show
around
up.
now. Yeah, there's nothing else I really want to do today.
But no, I agree. The last game in the series was the weakest link, which is terrible.
It was, and here's why. If you don't know, or you disagree, or whatever, or you watched my series, and you feel differently. Here's why I think it was. It was because it dragged on too long. It was the point of it being longer was to make it feel more epic. Like, this is the finale, so we're gonna lengthen it out and you know, make it a grand finale. But instead, I got bored. Like, I just flat out got bored. Like, I had problems with the tournament, and I grinded for 6 hours. Sadly, that footage is lost in the ether for all eternity. Because Twitch was lame and didn't save it. But Lucky lunch. Sure. I could buy the...
Good.
Oh, he has 5. Well, I shall take 5. Because it has a star on it.
And then you can eat those on the good luck days to have better luck at finding a rabbit foot.
That's the plan.
Maybe.
So, I streamed the grinding. Most of it. I did like 1 or 2. like on the episode. And then like to make the character stronger, I like ran the final dungeon over and over and over again.
Which is what you're meant to do.
Which is what you're meant to do. And I still had a hard time with the dungeon. But I would say I grinded for, it was a good 6 hours. If any, there were a few people that I think might be watching this series, still watching Stardew, that were there. Not many people were there. Like a handful. Watched me do this. And I was going to save it and put it at the end as like bonus footage. But Twitch didn't save it.
Twitch pulled a Twitch.
Which is a shame, because so people could see just how long I took grinding. And I did. I did like an hour and a half by myself, and then was just bored out of my mind. And so I was like, well, I'm going to stream. I'm going to stream it just randomly. And if people show up, I can, I can talk with them, which is what I did. But between that, the final tournament, the 5th one just dragged on forever, and it wasn't fun. Like that's the worst part. If it was lengthy and fun, it wouldn't be a problem. Or if it was lengthy and semi-fun, but it wasn't fun. I really did not have fun with the final game for the most part. And while the ending was interesting, and I put a lot of work into adding some additional stuff for the ending, that chapter just wasn't fun. Where I really felt the adventure in the second game. Like I really enjoyed that. It's the same reason I really liked 4, Beyond Sunset. I liked it quite a bit. Hey, prismatic shard.
Oh wow, and iridium.
It was a fancy looking one. I was like, I wonder what that is. It looked really fancy. Yeah, super neat. So, I really enjoyed, there's Diamond. I really did enjoy, Beyond Sunset, even though I didn't like everything that happened there. For reasons you can see if you watch it yourself.
Beyond Sunset's where you got Bear, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't like him. So, but I got a character that I really did like. So, it kind of balanced out that way. But you just had this big sense of adventure. And the time crunch, and I don't know.
You kind of felt the tension.
You felt the story. You felt the tension. You felt what was going on. I didn't know exactly how it was all going to play out. It was really enjoyable. I didn't get that from 5. Overall, I did really enjoy the Millennium series, but it really does hit and miss. The parts of Millennium that are good are extremely good, but the parts where it drags or just kind of lacks, you feel it. But I really do recommend everybody play through it. Like if you haven't played through it yourself, despite everything I've said, I do highly recommend you play it through yourself, because overall it is a really good RPG series that I enjoyed. I should be able to break that. That I really did enjoy, but Your turn. What did you think? You
Mhm.
haven't finished the last episode, which is where
I haven't finished the
it
last
all
episode,
ends.
so yeah, I'm basically like on the finale episode. As far as enjoyed the series, now I liked the first episode because it gave you like that sense of adventure, and most of my favorite characters were introduced in the first episode.
Yeah.
And second episode, aside from the last dungeon, really good. Third episode of what
You mean
happens to
chapter or?
Jack, awesome. And then like the final, the dragon boss in there, that was really cool, really well done. The fourth episode, like you said, it had the tension, the time crunch, and a couple of oh crap moments. But the fifth one, like Cendril said, dragged, just absolutely dragged. So my issue with it is, it felt like they were wanting to give you chances to grind for levels before going into the final dungeon. They should have done it differently. Instead of having to go find the antidote or the ingredients for the antidote, which was interesting to switch between the parties, but I really didn't care what the parties were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was legitimately bored that this party was doing this party was doing that party was doing that. The only one I cared about was Salone's group that got lost and trapped in a cave, and Mom's group had to go rescue them. That's the only two groups I cared about. The other three, I hate to do this on videos, but I literally scrolled through the videos on loading bar until I saw dialogue, stopped, read the dialogue, or listened to Cendril read it off, and then scrolled through until either the end of the episode or another dialogue box popped up. Because I was just so bored at that point. It just felt needless to have that bit in there. It was just pure fluff. That's all it was fluff. That was not necessary, in my opinion. Now, the final dungeon and the story you get between Bear and Blondie, I was actually a little bit touching that I thought. I thought that was very sweet. The
I
final
would
dungeon.
I would have liked
Sorry.
more of it. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you, but
No, I agree. If there was more between Bear and Blondie, because they do have a connection, that would have been a better use of the fluff, in my opinion. I don't know how you would have done it, but that'd been a better use of it. And then I've seen the bad ending. And Cedric's already told me I'm gonna call it the third ending, and that makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense for you to grind that long and to have that happen. And then the good ending, probably by the time the next video goes up, I'll probably would have watched it, if not the video after that. And then let's see. But like you said, overall, very good at what it does. When it does something good, it does it very good. Some of the dungeons, especially like the last dungeons, I remember from the first one, were like really almost overly lengthy, especially the ancient temples where it's a lot of mechanical stuff in them.
oh yeah.
Those seem very unneedlessly lengthy.
Yes,
So
the final dungeon for just about each game. The final one is way more lengthy than the other dungeons you play in that game. So like the first one was really crazy
that one was like
because
a third of the series itself.
yeah, it really threw me off because the final dungeon for Millennium 1 and then after that I was used to it.
Yeah.
I kind of expected what was going to happen. But for Millennium 1, it throws you off because the final dungeon is really lengthy and then boom, it's over. You know,
The
game
final
1
dungeon
over.
felt like
And
a
it's
third of the game to me.
yeah. No, it was like boom, chapter 1 over. Get game 2 and it's like, "Whoa, wait."
Yeah, it
Like
was just kind of out of left field.
yeah. I was like, "Yeah, I was in this place for a long time, but
What?
it really did the endings for each game are way longer than they need to be.
And sometimes it's a bit abrupt when it tells you to record your progress to do the next game. Because it does do like carryover. Whatever you do in the previous game, you can carry over to the next game.
Yes, there
Which is
is
cool.
yeah, there is carryover, which is neat. Although that has some issues as well,
Yeah.
which I don't know how I feel about it because
I think it could have been implemented a little bit better because a lot of the time you completely lost the ability to use some stuff that you carried over.
well, yeah, we already said spoiler warning. So here's the
Yeah,
deal: for those of you that if
are
you're
still
watching
watching.
this, you probably either watched my series or you played it yourself. The deal is, it's really cool. You carry your stuff over, so you don't carry levels over. But the main thing you carry over is items and gear. But the problem is at certain points in the game, in the series overall, stuff will become unusable. Not because it gets outdated, but because of plot. Stuff will just be completely unusable. And that threw me off. It's like, well, why did I even
Bother holding on to this
why did I
super
yeah.
awesome weapon.
Yeah, why did I even bother doing this huge side quest? Though there weren't really huge side quests, but why did I bother doing all this optional stuff
If you couldn't even use
if
it.
I can't use it when I want to, which is at the end?
Well, a lot of the thing is like, because the ending is martial arts. You can only use your bare hands. And that's
Yes.
what you're leveling up in the final game is your bare hands.
Yeah, you're slowing up your hands. So no weapons, no armor.
The
Um,
only people that can use weapons and armor are the characters that do not compete within the tournament, which is Mom, Galvatron, Pew Pew, D. I think that's it.
Blondie.
And Blondie. So yeah, five of the characters.
Yeah, they can
Yeah,
equip all the stuff.
but everyone else, the other 13 cannot,
Cannot. They can't
which
wear
is
armor.
crap.
Like,
Can't wear
they just
weapons.
have a kimono robe, the standard Mist Rock robe.
Hmm.
Um, but you only get so many of those. You have to like find others,
Can you buy
and
them?
then no, you can't even buy them.
That's crazy.
I don't remember a shop selling them. And there were items that you couldn't use some of the accessories. So I don't know. It just felt like now in the final tournament, I've been hoarding all of these items, tons of these items. Like, okay, I'm gonna be ready to throw down. Let's go. All these healing items and stuff. Nope, can't use them.
Nope.
And it's like, well, why? Why did I do all of this? I don't know. It just really threw me off. I mean, they explained it away with plot,
Hmm.
and it does a very good job of explaining it away with plot.
But it still doesn't erase the fact that it was annoying.
It still doesn't, erase the fact that it was annoying, and they erased it with plot. Like they did a very
Yeah.
good job of it, but I still saw what they did.
Yeah.
It's like it's like they figured out at the end, man, characters are going to be overpowered if they have all this stuff.
Yeah. They
therefore
want
we
it to be a
have therefore
struggle.
we have to balance it.
And they want the final tournament to be a struggle, which I understand.
Yes, which I
Now,
understand.
okay, now this video is probably gonna run long at this point, but
It's already run.
okay, my issue with the tournament at the end. It goes from the usual battle system that you're used to throughout the whole 5 games, all games,
Which is
where
your
it's like
standard turn-based RPG.
turn-based
Yes.
smack a thing. It turns into rock paper scissors.
It really
That
does. It feels like
ticked
it.
me off. Okay, so it's not complete rock paper scissors. I mean, you can still swing if you want to swing, but that ticked me off so bad that basically turned into rock paper scissors.
Well, it becomes just a complete numbers game for the
And
most part.
and luck.
If you use it has quite a bit of luck. It also is
Do you save your stuff or do you use it
yeah,
now?
you only get so many ability uses, and the numbers are super limited.
And they don't even refresh. Like there's a
Yeah, and
you
they
take
don't
a
refresh
lunch
at all.
break, and
Yeah,
they don't
halftime.
refresh after the lunch
Yeah,
break,
they do halftime
and they don't refresh.
like noon.
You would think they would refresh because you had lunch and you had a chance to rest, but no.
That would have been cool. I expected it to. when I saw halftime. I was like, okay, they're gonna get the uses back, and I can really tear into the fights again a few times.
Nope.
But they don't. So you're very limited on the moves you can use. So at that point, after you've used up the few uses you have, and you don't get many, each character has between like the
3 and
lowest
6.
characters have only 3 uses of theirs, and you're not even guaranteed to win with it. It just depends on if you use them against the right opponent. Which it's a cool system if you were given more information about kind of when to use it.
Yeah.
No,
I
the
mean,
game tried,
Marine
but I still didn't feel like it worked when I wanted to.
Marine gets Janine to tell her this, that, and the other, but by the time Marine gets to fighting all the 13, you're already dead in the water.
So you basically get 25 free wins. is how it works. You've got to reach
85.
70. No, 85 is what they need to reach to win.
Okay.
You have to reach 76 to get the good ending. You have to be between 76 and 85 and 84.
4. Yeah, that's right. It has to be within 10 for them to
You
call
have to be
a
you
draw.
have to be within 10 of them.
Yeah.
And they win at 85. So you've got to be within 10. Now you get a third of that for free. The bear will win every match. And Marine will win every match except Dragon. So you get 25 as long as you listen to Janine.
Yeah.
So you'll get 25 free wins.
And then
you have to come up with
some losses though.
Yes, but you're guaranteed 12 losses. Because Dragon will beat everybody. Normally.
No. Well, you're guaranteed Dragon beats everyone except Bear, and then Benoit chokes twice.
Oh, that's right. 3 times? Or just twice?
3 times. No. He chokes 3 times. He choked in the last episode.
Yeah.
So you're guaranteed
like 16
14?
losses.
12, 13, 14, 15-ish losses. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to come up with the other 50 out of the 100 that are left. 100 plus that.
Which is that is a ridiculous number of battles. First off.
Yeah, that's that's one of the things that it just really drags on because it didn't feel epic. It just felt like, oh man, we're only halfway done. Like I was drained by the time it was over. My mind was just numb.
A legitimate tournament, like DBZ tournament kind of. Like if you were actually fighting in the DBZ martial arts tournaments. It just felt like it just dragged on and on and on.
Like I thought,
and they weren't even. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say that, and then there's not even much to the fights. Either you die in 1 or 2 swings, you get them in 1 swing, and that's it. There wasn't much meat to them at all.
Yeah, it wasn't. So I don't know. It just felt. It felt off from everything else that had happened in the series.
It was just a complete sharp left turn. It did not mesh well with the rest of the series, I felt.
And that's just our opinion. If you know Millennium, let us know in the comments. But that's how I felt about it. And I felt sad because I really enjoyed the Millennium series. But that dismount just did not, for that final tournament.
The dismount failed bad.
Just was not good. Now, the very ending was mixed. And that's not me. That was from my comment section.
Which is what I want to watch fairly soon. So
yeah, which is interesting. How people felt about the ending. So, all in all, it's just a mixed bag with Chapter 5. And
now the rest of the series is pretty good.
Yeah, the rest of the series is pretty good overall. Like I said, the first game is really good just because, other than the lengthy final dungeon, because you get introduced to the characters and they do a really good job with that. Like I said, the second game is my favorite, just because of the big sense of adventure. The third one is really good as well.
Third had a kind of an epic build-up of okay, stuff is actually going down. We need to do this.
Yeah.
And four kind of cemented what 3 was setting up.
And it's just the 5th game really rubbed me the wrong way. Anyway, this is already 30 minutes long, so we're going to cut it here. I could talk about Millennium, the series overall, 4 hours.
We might do that next episode. Nah.
No, no, I'm millenniumed out.
Anyway,
But it's just we talked about it because she is just about finished watching it, so it was something to talk about for a Stardew Valley. So thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun, regardless. And do check out Millennium, the Millennium series by Elderly Games, because overall it's really good, and overall it is definitely worth your money and time. I will say that. For Finn,
I've been Nascarlac. I'll see y'all later.
I'm Cendril 9. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.